Who is Jay Stellar and what does she stand for?
To me, Jay Stellar is someone who exists to do for people what music has done for me. Music has always been more than just entertainment. It's been a place of comfort, understanding, and sometimes even healing. It's helped me make sense of my emotions when I would find it difficult to put into words and reminded me that I wasn't alone in what I was feeling. That's why becoming an artist was always and is always more than just about making music. It's responsibility. I believe that as an artist, we have this incredible power to express emotions that people might find it difficult to put into words, to say the things they cannot say out loud and make them feel understood and a little less alone. So, if even one person listens to my music and walks away feeling understood and a little less lonely, then I would believe that I have done what I set out to do as Jay Stellar.
What experiences have shaped the artist you are today?
I think one of the biggest experiences that shaped me as an artist was realizing that the path I had imagined for myself wasn't necessarily the path that I was meant to take. My journey started with auditioning for K-pop companies because that was the dream. But as time went on, age started becoming a factor, and I found myself realizing and wondering what my future as an artist is going to look like. It was a very difficult phase because the dream I had held on to suddenly started feeling very uncertain. I remember in 2024, I performed at the first edition of K-Town Festival in Mumbai, and that's when everything shifted. Standing on that stage, I realized that maybe I didn't need someone else's permission to become an artist, and maybe I could build the path for myself. That's when I realized, and that's when I took the decision to become an independent artist. And with the vision that I have for my music, for bringing in and bridging the languages, the culture, and the influences, I needed the freedom to create that on my own. And that's how Jay Stella was born.
When did you realize music wasn't just something you loved, but something you wanted to dedicate your life to?
I remember I was watching Taylor Swift's Reputation Era documentary on Netflix, and I had seen it before, but that day I was watching it from a completely different perspective. Not from, a fan looking up at the artist, but through her eyes looking out at the crowd, seeing thousands of people singing every single word of her song, crying, celebrating, all because of the music that she had created. I remember I walked back to my room, took a piece of paper, and I just wrote, standing on the stage with a mic in my hand, looking at people who look like stars. This is where I belong. That's when everything changed for me. Not because of the stage or the lights, the fame, but because of the connection. The idea that something you create can become a part of someone's life, can help them get through some difficult times and moments, become a soundtrack for their happiest moments. I think that's one of the most beautiful and the magical thing that could exist in the world. And that's what I wanted to do. I realized that I didn't want to just listen to music anymore. I wanted to do that for people one day. And from that moment on, I knew music wasn't just something that I loved, but something I really wanted to dedicate my life to.
What do you hope people feel after listening to your music?
If there's one thing I want people to remember when they think of Jay Stellar, it's this: creating a space to release it all when the music hits 000. I'll explain that to you in a minute. To me, music has never just been something you listen to. It's sometimes where you cry, sometimes where you dance, you celebrate, heal, reflect, and also sometimes where you can escape for those few minutes. Life moves on so fast, and we constantly carry so many emotions that sometimes we really don't know how to handle them or express them. I hope that The moment someone presses play on one of my songs, they know that they have entered this safe space and have the permission to let it all out, whatever it is that they're feeling. If someone finishes listening to my music feeling a little understood, a little lighter, um, or simply feeling like they weren't alone and there is someone they relate to, I feel like the music has done exactly what it was meant to.
What's been the hardest part of your journey so far?
I think the hardest part has simply been learning to keep going. When you're doing what you believe in, life doesn't just suddenly become easier. Things still happen. There are moments of self doubt, uncertainty, and setback. Days where everything seems impossible, nothing seems to be working out, but the dream doesn't pause just because life gets difficult. One thing that's always brought me back is a promise that I made to myself when I decided to leave professional football. Walking away from something I had dedicated so much of my life to wasn't easy. I remember that I remember telling myself that if I was going to make a decision of leaving professional football, I owed it to myself and to football to make it count, to honor everything that the sport had taught me by giving the dream everything I had. So, whenever things get difficult, I go back to the promise. It reminds me why I started this, why I chose this path, and why giving up has never really been an option. Looking back, I really wouldn't change any of it. Every challenge has shaped me, not just as an artist, but as a person. And I think that's what makes this journey even more meaningful and beautiful.
What does success look like to you?
Success to me has never really just been about numbers. Those are amazing things, and of course, I would love to play bigger stages, tour the world, and reach more people. But I don't think that's what will make me feel successful. Success to me is knowing that my music meant something to someone. It's creating a space where people don't just come to listen to music, but where they feel like they can be themselves. They feel like they belong here, they can connect with the music, connect with each other, and hopefully grow alongside me. It doesn't matter when you've arrived and what you're carrying with you. All that matters is you, for however long you're here, you feel welcomed, understood, and know that you will always have a place in this space. If one day I can look around and know that we have built that together, I think that's when I will know that I'm successful.
What would you like to say to the person watching this?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking a moment to spend your time with me. Whether this is your first hello or you've been here since the very beginning. I'm so very grateful and glad that our paths have crossed. I hope that my music is something that you can always come back to, whether on good days, bad days, and everything in between. A place where you can just be yourself, feel everything that you're feeling, and release it all when the music hits 000. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you at 000.